I'm gonna hit record, and then we can vamp for a minute while we wait.
Oh, I thought that's what we were already doing. Okay, all right.
No. I hadn't hit record yet. I was making
No,
sure
go ahead.
everything was good.
Yeah.
Have you looked around lately? Nothing's good.
Okay, did anyone see The Good Dinosaur?
No.
Exactly. 3 words.
Mhm.
Didn't work.
I don't actually remember. That was the one where the dinosaur had like the human as a pet?
Presumably. No one saw it.
I was gonna ask, does that mean it even exists? But I saw it on Disney Plus. It's there. Oh man, I watched. You know what? No, I'm gonna leave that for the end of the thing.
That's fair.
But yeah, I watched Tremors 4.
Did that have a subtitle?
The Legend Begins.
Of course it did.
Yeah, it's a prequel.
Maybe
I'm
they
doing a
should have
Twitter
called it
thing
Tremors
where, as I
0.
watch the Tremors movies, I'm just tweeting.
Fair enough.
Yeah, I've done the first 4 now.
It's Tremors
Yeah.
Gaiden.
Do what?
Tremors Gaiden. The backstory.
That's like 8, right?
Probably. I don't know how many Tremors movies there. There's going to be one more than I thought, no matter how many I think. That's just how it
I'm
works.
pretty sure they're 6.
See, I thought it was 5. There you go. Checks out. Just how it works.
Check out.
Lord. Okay, well, we've been recording now for almost 2 minutes, so surely it's working.
Yeah.
I even paused so Cluze could fit this in.
Okay, I was gonna tell you not to call me Shirley, but never mind.
There's a balloon floating in Squee's background?
There are several balloons in my background. Most of them have hit the ground now. It's a science experiment at this point to see how long they last. Because these things are from late December, and 4 of them are still floating.
That's impressive.
Hooray, buoyancy.
Yeah. It's the magic of using shiny foil stuff instead of, I guess...
Mylar?
Yeah, Mylar. It's using Mylar instead of using latex, which has like a lifespan of maybe a few days.
Yeah, because helium is very, very small.
And yeah, that's porous. So
let's not get personal with helium now. Come on. All right, so thumbnail.
Stop putting it in balloons.
All right, I'm gonna use something on brand.
Crap, I'm panicking.
Oh, Cluze.
Nope, I'm just panicking.
Cluze, just make a funny face in Bill's direction.
Hold on, I've got a book too.
That's not fair. I don't have a book. Oh, yeah, dude. I've got the Halo Wars strategy guide. All right, so are we all just reading?
Apparently.
All right, here we go.
Like I grabbed this one because of the news, but
I can't tell what you've got. Dungeon Master's Guide.
Master's Guide. Yeah.
Oh, okay. I've got the Halo Wars strategy guide. All right, here we go. All right, that's probably good.
Oh, why?
I grabbed this one because it was the nearest book that I had. I'm sorry.
This is also the nearest book I had. I opened it to the last mission I did. Damn, that's eerie.
Spooky.
I guess that's just about halfway though, so that probably explains that. Look at that. It's almost.
I opened the DMG to a random entry on vampires. So there you go. That's what the show is now.
I like it, except for the parts that I didn't like.
I mean, that's fair.
All right, so here we go.
Okay.
Ow, jam. Hello, everyone, and welcome back to another fun-filled episode of Monday Night Magic here on twitch.tv/themanapool. We're also still on MTGcast for the audio version. Yeah. I am Chewie, as it says right below my head here. See, actually, it says the Infinity Gauntlet. Right.
It's true, it does.
But that's my shirt. Below my picture is my name. See, Chewie.
Yeah. You are now the Infinity Gauntlet Chewie.
Ooh.
It's a title. You earned it.
Better than the Chewie Infinity Gauntlet.
I don't think
I don't think that's a good adjective for it now.
I don't think I should be trusted with the Infinity Gauntlet. At least,
I know
I
you
mean, I
shouldn't.
wouldn't trust.
at
you to
least
be
not
that
this
big.
one. The one from the comics where, literally my every thought becomes reality. Yeah, that's not, nah. That's not
Ooh,
safe.
No, that doesn't bode
yeah.
well for most of us.
Yeah.
Like, I don't even trust you with the glove and none of the stones. Like, nah.
I mean, I could probably do something pretty well with the the space gem. Yeah, I could do that.
There you go.
Yeah.
You would have the best DoorDash.
Exactly.
If you're wondering
Oh,
what the odds and ends are like, it's this, but for an hour.
Yeah.
Or more.
Hi, I'm Bill/Squee. I am also on this show, and so is Cluze over there.
hey. Yeah, I'm apparently Cluze. Listen, guys, before we begin, I just want to mention something. I'm sorry I didn't run this by you before the show started, but I felt it was kind of important. Did you know that in 2013, some researchers published a study that all mammals are able to empty their bladders in about 21 seconds, regardless of the size of the mammal? So from mice to elephants, it takes about 21 seconds. Did you know that?
Why is that knowledge that you have?
Well, allow me
Don't
to
actually
explain.
tell me. I like the mystery. I just
Okay,
want to
fair.
ask the
But
question.
allow me to explain why I bring it up now. Hand washing is really important. And if you look at CDC guidelines, you should be washing your hands for a minimum of 20 seconds. That's the lathering, not the whole time, but like the lathering time. Like, okay, so get them wet, get some soap lather. Here's your rule of thumb. If you spend less time washing your hands than you do actually peeing, you're doing it wrong. So just let that be your guide. Think
Okay,
about that
so-
next time you go to use the
So
bathroom.
Chewie's getting the space gem for food. Cluze
Yeah.
is getting the time gem
Yep.
for these purposes. I'll take the other 4 and maybe fix the planet. We'll see. Also,
Look,
we
you're
have
the
wrong
one that
number
said
in this
mine
thing.
was for the food. I was gonna use it for selfish reasons.
Yeah, the food.
Yeah,
You're just gonna get other people's food.
no, I wanna be able to go see people without having to drive there.
And I'm
But
just going
anyway.
to use the time gem to have naps, quite frankly, because I could. Use
I
some more
mean,
time.
you do need that, yeah.
Yes.
So also, while we're in PSA mode, tomorrow in a lot of states is voting primaries. Go vote if you're, registered in those states.
Yep. Super Tuesday.
Yep. I have to drive my ass to the parents' house because I am still registered in that county for some reason, like a dumbass.
That's impressive and problematic.
I've got a story about voting that I will share in the odds and ends. So tune in
Okay.
for that. We'll tell you more about that later in the show.
There you go.
Hey, Chewie,
Yo,
update the episode number on the screen, and then we'll have to take another screenshot later.
I did, didn't I?
Says 683.
Isn't this 683?
No, this is
No.
684, man. Also, we have the date in the show notes wrong. Today's the 2nd. Man, I really
Oh,
messed
hey,
up with
look
that
at
time
that.
gem, didn't I?
You did. You've already messed up the time gem clues.
Oh,
Now
I
nerds
did
are gonna
change
complain
it.
about your time travel rules.
I changed it from 682 to 683 because we used the two-person scene last
I'll do
week.
it.
Okay. All right,
Yeah,
I can
so there
just
you go, everyone.
I can just fix. I can fake the screenshot later. It'll be fine.
Fair enough.
All right, so magic, because that's what we do here on Monday Night Magic is magic news. What you just
Sure about
got
it.
is the vestigial stump of the pre-show odds and ends.
It's true. It does not serve a function, but it is still attached.
Yeah. Seriously though, wash your hands and go vote.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And after you vote, wash your hands again.
Yeah, because a lot of people have been touching on that, and
Yeah.
so let's get to it, shall we?
Okay.
All right.
Now, what is going on here?
Tiny window.
I can't see you, so you tell me.
It's showing the wrong. Okay, hang on. Live television. It's showing when I split into
Because
two.
you use the space gem.
Yeah, that was my bad.
Oh man.
Okay,
we're the
what do I
worst
need?
Thanos
I need
ever.
this one. There we go. When I split my browser into the stuff for Monday Night Magic and the other stuff,
Yeah.
it followed that one instead of this one.
Ah.
Yeah. But okay, here we go. So, WotC posted today, because this is how they're doing things now. for better or for worse, they said, okay, we're not scheduling ban and restricted updates anymore. We know this because we've had to repeat it several times because Magic players are notoriously stupid. Where every Monday, even though... So before, Pioneer bans were just happening on Mondays. Even though that stopped months ago, every Monday people were still like, so what's getting banned? And WotC kept having to go, nothing! We'll do it later! We'll tell you! And look, nothing. They're telling us. This is it. The tweet reads, in 1 week from this message, on March 9th, there will be a ban and restricted list update. Mark your calendars. As previously announced several times, we plan to give advance warning of any BNR updates going forward. So that means next Monday, we will have a BNR update to talk about. I would guess if you're playing Inverter in Pioneer, maybe get a backup.
Yeah.
Maybe start looking at a different deck, because something tells me that might have a sight on it. I've also seen a lot of people saying that Underworld Breach could potentially be a problem in multiple formats. So
it's the fun thing about not knowing what's getting banned.
Yeah, so if I could, my opinions on announcements are well known. If you're tuning in for the first time and don't know it, listen to literally any other episode of this show for the past year. I think this is terrible. Either make the banning announcement now or just wait until next week. But this effectively tells us nothing. We can all just panic that some card we like is getting banned or getting unbanned, and it's all just rampant speculation for a week. This doesn't help anybody, is what I say. If you'd like to hear more, pre-show odds and ends.
Oh boy,
totally
there
has your
some
back.
odds and ends for you.
With lots of swearing.
Did you know there's no swearing on Monday Night Magic, but there is on the odds and ends.
Boy, is there.
It was very animate.
So
opinions were had.
They were
and shared.
Yeah.
Yes.
Now, Cluze also said, "Why don't they just have it scheduled?" And then we had to have a discussion.
But I
because
still stand by my comments.
Well, yeah, okay. But for anyone else, the reason that they don't schedule them anymore is because they want to be able to be more flexible. So if there's a BNR update on this date, whatever this date is, let's say today, and then in 2 weeks, somebody breaks, let's say Modern. Suddenly Modern craps the bed and, oh my god, it's actually terrible. There's some sort of crazy new, turn 2 kill combo deck or something.
Yeah.
When they were scheduled, WotC just had to sit there and twiddle their thumbs for another 6 weeks and watch Modern.
Why not just make the schedule shorter?
Cluze. Hush. Then it's only 3 weeks. It's still 3 weeks of having to watch it be awful. It's bad. So
we lived through Abzan. It's fine.
Abzan wasn't that kind of problem.
No, but there was Abzan everything.
There were 8 different Abzans.
Jeskai Abzan.
But so they said, okay, we're not going to schedule them anymore. Instead, we're just going to make updates when we feel it's necessary, and we'll give you a week's notice. Which is better for them. It's definitely better for them.
Granted.
Because that way they don't have to, stick to a schedule and have people be like, do an emergency ban! And them to go, we don't do that. Like, well, you did it twice. No, we didn't. You're just remembering it wrong. And yeah. But, so that's why they're doing it this way now. But, I agree with Cluze in that all this is hey, everybody clench for a week.
Yeah.
So, now Cluze's idea, I think it was Cluze, one of them had the idea, why not just go ahead and tell us, hey, here's what's getting banned, and it doesn't happen for another week.
Yeah.
So it'll go into effect 1 week from this message. And I went, yeah, it'd probably be better.
That would just give them the week and a half to 2 weeks or whatever for that tournament to know.
That gives people time to plan. It removes ambiguity, and yeah, I think it's just better all around. That's not what they're doing, to be clear, but
That is not what they're doing,
No.
to be clear.
What they're doing is the equivalent of walking into a room and saying, "Hey, someone's car is on fire," and then walking out describing the car. They don't tell you which car, but everyone in the room is now worried that their car is on fire, and they all have to go outside and see.
And you're like, wait, what color's the car? I don't know. Is
Fire.
it a car or a truck? I don't know.
yeah.
Fire.
Attention,
answer is
please.
fire.
Would the owner of a car which is on fire please come to the front desk?
Yeah, it's about
Thank
that.
you.
Like, you don't know if it's yours. You don't know if it's not. You don't know if it's the one next to yours, that it still affects you. All you know is that the parking lot metagame has changed, and you don't know if your car is the one that was knocked out.
Now, I did counter that with, if you're a grinder type person or a pro or whatever, you know if you're playing the deck that's got the target on it.
Oh, yeah.
You know.
You know if your car is the one that leaks oil and has leaky spark plugs that create fires, but you don't know if your car is the one on fire.
No,
I'll run
but
with this analogy because it's fun.
you can look at people and be like, it's probably mine, and run outside.
It's true.
But yeah, I understand why they swapped to this, but now that we're seeing it, plus listening to Cluze rant for several minutes,
It was.
I see why this still isn't ideal. And I don't know, I'm not entirely sure why they'll tell us that there's going to be an update without... Because if they're telling us there's going to be an update, surely they've made the decision already, right?
Yeah. My best guess for why they do it this way is to make it so that when it happens next week, people won't say, but we didn't know, we were blindsided, now we have to freak out. Or instead they're going to say, oh, it's this one, I guess we have to freak out, we still only got a week. But they're just changing the form of the complaint.
Yeah. So... yeah, like I said, this is the first one of these we've seen, and I'm actually amazed that I don't see more people complaining.
Oh, you were looking in the wrong places, pal.
I mean, I'm looking on Twitter. That's the best place to see, second best place to see Magic players complain.
Yeah, okay.
I do like, any way we can get a format? No.
No. That's information.
Yeah.
The wrong neighborhood.
And I really want to know what their rationale is for not telling us what it is and setting a future effective date.
Mm-hmm.
Could it be that that's too confusing? Like, oh yeah, it's banned, and then you show up and people are playing it on Saturday, and you're like, what the hell? I thought that was banned. No, it doesn't happen till next week. What? But
yeah,
the whole too confusing thing doesn't really work with WotC's current way of doing things anymore, because lots of the things they do is too confusing. Lots of the things they do are too confusing. It would have been proper if I said
Confusion is
a
a
lot
state.
of the things they do is too confusing, because a lot is, you see. Anyway.
yeah.
That is true. Good old MTG Dad in the chat says it does kill the format in the meantime. That is also true. Like, you might as well not have... If you say, okay, the band's in Pioneer next week, well, nobody's gonna... Well, that's not true. I don't know if it kills the format.
I think it adds a big question mark to anyone making decisions about building a deck for a week or acquiring cards for a deck for a week.
Yeah.
Whereas just telling us now would be like, okay, we'll change. We did it. Let's go.
But then presumably you've already got a deck in mind for this week, and if nothing changes for this week, why not just play what you were gonna?
I
It's
mean,
not
in
like
the
the
past, when they
metagame
announced
shifted.
bannings, they also took like a week or two. Like, they didn't always go into effect immediately.
WotC doesn't care if the secondary market suffers. That has no effect on them directly.
Yeah, they sell singles directly now, buddy.
That's true, yeah. So, I don't... And WotC has pretty uniformly pretended the secondary market doesn't exist when it comes to any and all decisions. So I don't think that's it. I don't know. The whole thing is just weird. Maybe the reason they do it this way is because of what you guys are saying in chat, and it could be that this is just the least awful of all of the possible ways to do it. I don't know. I want to hear from WotC why they do it this way, though. I think that would be an interesting discussion.
We're not going to hear it, but
no,
I think
we won't.
Normally, I assume that whatever decisions they're making have had more discussion behind them, and they're just factors we aren't considering as priorities that they do. But in the case of this one, I feel like we might have spoken more about this than they did. I feel like they're just like, oh, cool, we'll just tell them now. All right, in a week, that'll happen. And then everyone freaks out. They're like, I don't understand. How could that have happened? We were trying to give them more information. It's like going to the Riddler for an answer. It's just not working. It just doesn't work that way. Now go collect some more little pieces.
Oh, well. Well, that was a pretty good little discussion on literally no information.
Yeah.
It's kind of our jam.
It is.
If you're wondering what our jam was, it's that one.
All right, well, moving on, we have more news. MagicFest Turin has been canceled. Channel Fireball tweeted, "The safety of MagicFest attendees is of the utmost importance to us, and we've been monitoring the situation in Italy closely. Out of an abundance of caution, we are canceling MagicFest Turin. We regret any disappointment this may cause, and are actively exploring different dates and cities in Europe for rescheduling this event. If you have already registered for events or packages at MagicFest Turin, those purchases will be automatically refunded." So, Squee, which situation in Italy are they talking about?
The coronavirus, everybody.
COVID-19.
Plague. Yes, that specific one. The one that most people are thinking of is what I said, but yes, that is specific.
Yeah.
For context, as of this recording, 52 people in Italy are dead. That's the number right now.
So, probably a good call just to be super safe.
Refresh my memory if anyone knows, maybe even chat. When was MTG Turin? When was MagicFest Turin?
I don't remember.
Like how far out? How far out is this notice? Is this a thing that was going to happen in a couple of weeks, couple of months?
April 3rd to 5th.
Okay, so like a month from now. Okay.
Yeah, it's a 1 month notice.
It was a little over a month's notice.
All right.
But yeah. Wash your hands. I would say, go get tested, but that's not a thing in this country for some reason. So, yeah. Also, don't buy masks. Masks do not keep you from getting sick. All you're doing is taking masks away from people that actually need them.
Yeah.
Okay?
I know people that do actual disease research whose labs do not have masks right now. That's really bad.
That's really bad. So, yeah, don't freak out and buy surgical masks because it doesn't actually do anything.
Also, good luck buying hand sanitizer right now. That stuff's just gone. What you really need to do is wash your damn hands. See also my intro at the beginning of the show. Oh, and
can you Photoshop Cluze into Filbert from Rocko's Modern Life? That's what I want right now.
Well, what was that about to be, Cluze?
Could we also maybe stop shaking hands? Because I don't think that's a good idea. I've never thought that was a good idea because you're all filthy, and I need you to stop touching me. Cluze, there, I said it. Look, now you know a big source of my anxiety is right there.
Cluze, do you want a hug?
No, you're filthy. We just talked about this. Do you not understand?
Cluze, do you want to roll out the bow?
Do I want
How's
what?
the bowing working for you?
The bowing is fine as long as you stay a little ways away. Just not too close.
Cluze, give us a hug.
No.
We need to do the air fives. Just bring
What if
those
I wash
back.
my hands first? Then will you hug me?
Maybe. Can I wash my hands after?
I promise not to get offended.
Okay.
Also, by the way, hey Gothic, thanks for the resub. What was that? 28 months. We were in the middle of the other conversation. I didn't want to distract, but thanks, buddy.
Nice.
Yeah.
All right, let's move on. Burp. All right, Secret Lairs. They announced a new Secret Lair for International Women's Day. Excuse me, that's plural. Why? What is with this word? How come it's woman if that's an A, but it's women if that's an E? That's bugged me since I was a kid.
Do you want me to break down the history of how bad English is for you?
Okay, no, that's a good point.
Okay.
But okay, International Women's Day 2020. They have a new Secret Lair with is it 4? No, it's 5. But
5.
there's a logo here. So we've got Narset Enlightened Master. I can't read these.
If
Well,
you scroll
Captain
down,
Sisse.
all of them are listed.
Oh, hey, they're all listed. Look at that. Okay, so Captain Sisse, Marin of Clan Neltoth, Narset Enlightened Master, Una Queen of the Fae, and Saskia the Unyielding. And that's, let's see. They are $40. No, they are $50. Excuse me. And for every sale, Wizards will donate $25 to the World Association of Girl Guides and Girl Scouts, a charity registered in England and Wales.
That's something.
So it's $50, but half of that's going to charity. So awesome.
Yeah.
And I'm sure there was more about this.
Yeah, if you look in the text under there, if you do it, you'll also get an arena code for Saskia the Unyielding sleeves
Ooh.
in Arena, which may be available later for separate purchase. So there may be another way to get them in the future, but that's where it is right now.
I think they've added that because they recently made some of the sleeves from previous secret drops available for purchase, and people were complaining, well, I thought it was going to only get them from the Secret Lair. And so now they're telling you up front, hey, these might show up later. But yeah, I think that this... So they were all illustrated by women, and I think this entire Secret Lair might have been designed by women, but it doesn't say that. And you'd think if you were going to do it that way, you'd say it here.
Some of our finest illustrators, I believe those are all women.
Yeah. But
I think they're
either
just
way,
letting it.
when
they're just
is
letting
International
it-
Women's
yeah.
Day? Because for some reason, there's no date. There's just a countdown, and I don't feel like doing math.
I believe International Women's Day is the 8th.
Okay.
And I believe, based on the countdown, this may go on sale on the 7th.
Nah, because of the 14 hours.
Yeah, you're right. It's because they're probably running on Pacific time too.
Probably.
Yeah. Regardless, as usual, if you want in on this, get it while you can.
Yeah, I assume it's only available on International Women's Day. It
I assume
literally doesn't say. Do it?
I assume so.
Yeah.
So
Because
there
they
you-
had one bunch of Secret Lair drops that were available for multiple days, but all the others for only one day. So I assume this one's a one day. I don't know.
The important thing is that you impulse buy.
Except at least this time they gave you lots of warning.
Sure.
It's not like, hey, this is coming out today. So yeah, that's a Secret Lair. Now, I know that we've been complaining lately that Secret Lairs are probably coming too quickly to be and there's another one.
Oh, there you go. We almost made
Yeah.
it through a whole show without two, but here we are.
Yep. So we have a new one, another new one. This one goes on sale March 12th, 9 a.m. Pacific, which I'm sure 9 a.m. Pacific is when the other one goes on sale too, because that's when they've all started.
Sure.
And chat says noon, which I know that Wolfie's in our time zone. So yeah.
Yeah, so that'd be noon Eastern.
Yeah. But it's Thalia Beyond the Hell Vault for 24 hours. It's $30. and you get 4 different Thalia, Guardian of Thraben.
Friend of goblins.
Yes. And all 4 of these arts are freaking sick. Yeah.
They are neat. My important question about this one is, does this mean that Hellvault is synonymous with Thunderdome? Because if so, I'm in.
Yes, 4 Thalias enter, 1 Thalia leaves.
Thalia beyond the Thunderdome is what we're getting here, and I'm for that. And you're right, if 4 Thalia go in, only 1 will leave. Them's the rules.
Yeah, and it's Guardian of Thraben. That's the one that came out.
Because they're all the same one.
Yeah. But yeah, these are foil. I don't know if the International Women's Day ones are foil. Yeah, they
I
are.
assume
Okay.
they are, yeah.
Yeah, foil,
these are
borderless,
all-
yeah. So yeah, there you go. That's that. There's also an announcement, because these are 2 things that totally go together. They've announced Historic Anthology 2. So remember, this is where they're just cherry picking old cards and dropping them into Arena for the historic format. We've got Ancestral Mask, Baron Moor, Bajuka Bog, Brain Maggot. Yay, Cluze, be sure to look at the art.
No. Go on.
Dragon Master Outcast, Forgotten Cave, Ghost Quarter, Goblin Ruin Blaster. There we go. Inexorable Tide, Knight of the Reliquary, oh dear God, Lonely Sandbar, Maelstrom Pulse, Meddling Mage, Marrow Regere, Nyx Fleece Ram, what? Pack Rat, oh dear God.
Yay, Pack Rat.
Just the one for now.
It's always more than that. Platinum Angel, Ranger of Eos, Secluded Steppe, Sigil of the Empty Throne, Terravor, which one is that? That is the land Lurgoyf, okay. Thalia, Guardian of Thraben, Tranquil Thicket, come on, pop up, Virulent Plague, and Waste Not.
As designed by the community.
Yay. So, yeah, these will all be craftable with wildcards, or you can purchase a playset for 4,000 gems or 25,000 gold.
What does that mean in dollars?
Depends on how much you buy at once.
Yeah, you're right. Never mind.
Yeah. So,
Question retracted.
there you go. That is also March 12th. So I'm guessing that's why they are dropping Thalia's Secret Lair on March 12th.
Probably.
Because, 4 days after the previous one is fine.
Yeah, nothing's wrong with that. Nothing
Yeah.
is broken.
Yeah. So there you go. That's
the thing that,
what?
like, if we're kind of wrapped up on this one, I have something that sort of segues into the next topic that's still on this page.
Okay.
So as you were just showing a second ago, when you go down to shipping, it lists all the countries they ship to, and they put asterisks next to the ones that might charge customs or duty fees. And one country on that list doesn't have an asterisk and should.
Yeah.
Yep, you're right.
So before we leave the page, just note that that's on WotC's side right now. It does not have one next to Canada, and it should apparently.
Apparently. Because we found this... Oh, crap. We found this Chrome thing right before the show. In the previous Secret Lair, Canada was in the list of countries with the taxes paid on purchases. I ordered 2 bundles of the Theros one and paid $45.82 in taxes.
Ouch.
When I received the package today, I had to shell out an additional $32.79 in Canadian dollars in taxes to get my package. That's a lot.
Unexpected, a
Yeah.
lot of money.
And it says, I started looking at the FAQ, and to my great surprise, Canada is no longer in the list of countries where all taxes and duties are paid up front. But on this page, Canada doesn't have the little asterisk that says customers in these countries may have to pay custom/duty fees upon arrival. So maybe that's not a custom/duty fee. Maybe that's some other thing. Because this
I
is
don't
very
know.
specific. It says custom/duty fees. But this person
Yeah.
is less specific.
So maybe this one person just had a bad experience and they were in Weird Outlier Land. But if
Oh.
that is actually a thing that's going on,
Wait a
then
minute.
this is a problem.
Wait a minute. This person's list that it looks like they copy pasted from the FAQ is the list of countries that have asterisks, except their admissions Canada. I wonder where the FAQ is. That would be nice to have.
Yeah, it would be great if that were just linked on a Secret Lair page.
Wouldn't it though?
Yeah, I'm going to go to secretlair.wizards.com. I'm going to see if I can find that FAQ in 3 clicks or less.
Ooh, FAQs.
FAQs. Yes. Where can I purchase it? Yes. Contact customer. Yes. Okay.
Yep, there's Canada right there. Okay, we found it, and I found it in 2 clicks. Okay, so that was copy pasted from here, but it's not reflected on this list. So yeah, that's a problem. So hey, Canada, beware the secret layers.
Yeah, and it's something that we as folks in the U.S. don't always pay attention to these sorts of things because it usually doesn't affect us. But we got listeners everywhere, and if you're not in the U.S., you probably already knew this, but you might get completely shafted when you try and order these things. We're sorry.
Yep.
I mean, we are. I don't know that they are. We are. We feel bad.
I do feel bad. Especially since this got sprung on you because clearly this information right here on the page where it's announced, is not accurate anymore.
And it kind of sucks to find out after you've made the purchase.
Yeah, that's rough.
So be aware.
Yeah, we know that customs and duties aren't the same as taxes, but this person is just used taxes for everything. So I doubt that this person is being super clear with their
precise
terminology.
Ignoring the wording, their situation is what's going on.
Yeah.
And there are other people in response to that who also said that they didn't expect to have to pay additional at the door. So there's definitely a few of them saying this is happening.
Yeah.
So the whole purpose of this is Watsy's just not housekeeping very well here lately, and beware if you live in Canada and would like to purchase Secret Lairs, it's gonna set you back more than you might want.
And
more
I
than
think
you
the
might
fact
expect.
that by the nature of Secret Lairs having very limited availability, they're taking away some of the option to go dig in and research the stuff if it gets changed or updated because you have a small window to actually act.
Yeah.
Like the more impulse you push, the more strings you might trip over, even if they're not intentionally attached. So
yeah.
Be careful when buying things.
Be very careful. All right. Moving on. Let's talk about something slightly happier. Hey, look. They're doing another D&D book.
Dungeons
for Magic.
and Dragons.
This one is Theros. It's called Mythic Odysseys of Theros. And you have to say it in that voice. You can't just Mythic Odysseys of... No, you have to put some bass in the voice. Mythic Odysseys of Theros.
Of Theros. You have to sound like you're an old video game. It's just how it works.
Big Apple. 3
Let's kick shell.
Or the very first time that a young Chewie heard his original NES try to synthesize voices, it was that was Bad Dudes, and it sounded worse than I was able to just make it sound awful. But anyway, yeah, it's coming June 2nd, 2020. It's another D&D book with Theros, just like what was the Ravnica one called? Guildmaster's Guide to Ravnica, is that right?
Yeah, I think that was it.
Yeah,
I thumbed through it a little bit, and like it's real D&D information. Like it's things that you can use in a D&D game.
Yeah,
if you're
it is
using
straight
them
D&D.
outside of, if you're using them outside of like that, You just slightly change the flavor if you feel like it, or you're just like, I'm a wizard from Ravnica. Deal. Like, here we go.
Yeah.
Zaps that magic missile. It works out. But I think Theros is a good setting choice for that. Like,
Oh yeah, totally.
if I was picking things that have crossover elements with D&D that aren't just the same existing generic fantasy, Theros is a good flavor for it. Innistrād's a good flavor for it. I would probably argue that our recent like storybook setting would work pretty well for that too. But these are definitely better than just other generic fantasy settings. So that's a good choice. I'm looking forward to hearing about it and just reading over it. I appreciate some of the stuff that they're implying. Because like I want to see the D&D stats for god weapons. I think that's cool.
That is
I'm
cool.
curious.
Yeah. But yeah, this isn't like the old the PDFs that they would just release for free for a few sets that they've done before. This is an actual book. It's an actual D&D, source book or whatever the term is. I don't know D&D.
Yeah.
I've never done D&D. But still, it's that.
And on the page itself, if you scroll down a little bit, they're actually, as one of the nice things for game stores, they're doing an alternate cover that looks way more retro.
Oh, look at that. That's cool.
Yeah, so that's nice that they're like at least hooking game stores up with that because nerds are collectors. So
Yeah, so it's exclusively in game stores you can get this cover.
yeah.
Let's see here. It's $49.95 in the US. Looks like what's the C? Is that Canada? $65.95 in Canada?
Sounds
I
right.
guess. Is that what C dollar sign means?
That's usually Canadian, yeah.
Okay. So there you go. June.
Unless
What did I
it's
say?
copper.
2nd? June 2nd. Check it out. Yay! Right. Okay. We good?
Yeah.
Okay. Moving on, we have a few Wizards Play Network links, which are, So, hey, if your store can become a WPN premium store by April 7th, then you can get some stuff. Because, they wanted more premium perks. So, you can run a premium championship for Ikoria. You can... This is the thing we want to talk about. Get one copy. Let's just scroll down. Get one copy of select Secret Lair drops. If you make premium by April 7th, you'll be eligible. Not you will.
Yeah.
You'll be eligible to receive one copy of select.
How many copies?
One.
All right, go on.
Of select, so not
Wait,
all
which
of them.
ones? Which ones?
Select.
Okay.
Secret Lair drops.
Huh. Well, that definitely sounds worth it.
Yeah, sure.
Yeah, I think I should totally get on that.
Ikoria is not a colon-free set name. The official release of Ikoria is Ikoria : Lair of Behemoths. Smarty pants. I did my research on that. But yeah, you get one.
Maybe.
That's what blows my mind. If
You
you make
might get
premium,
one.
you still have to qualify somehow to get one copy of some Secret Lair drops.
Yeah, not all of them, just some. Sometimes.
What?
Maybe. And to be clear, for those who don't know, getting premium status and maintaining premium status is no easy feat. Like, not just any store is going to be able to do this. There's a whole checklist of premium quality parameters you have to follow, that up to and including your chairs all have to match and your tables have to be nice enough. But you also have to maintain a certain number of players in events, certain number of new players, and it's all. There are a lot of hoops to do this, And man, let me tell you, if I were nearly there, I would be so stoked to try and get there so that I might get one copy of a select Secret Lair someday.
Yeah. Everything that RoboCluze just said.
Oh, was I roboing? I'm sorry.
Not to the point
You
where you
were-
were what's the word?
You were
Unintelligible.
intelligible. You just sort of sounded like a Borg.
A little bit,
well,
yeah.
We understood you, but you sounded like you might be considering assimilation.
I am often considering assimilation. So,
Well, there you go. Be open-minded. Accept new cultures. Yeah, so the fact that they're calling it a Secret Lair drop as opposed to a Secret Lair
Well,
box,
that's what they're
kit,
called. Yeah.
whatever is so strange.
What? No, that's what they're called everywhere. They're not just calling it here.
Oh, is it just always called a drop?
Yeah, Secret Lair drops. Yeah.
That's dumb, but okay.
Agreed. Yeah, but
yep.
Just checking.
yeah, when I first we were first talking about this before the show, Bill went, "That's like one case, right?" And I was like, no, it
Nope.
says one."
Mm,
Yeah.
that feels bad.
Yeah. So,
Hey, $25 value. Maybe. You don't know.
maybe. It might be a 30. Well, it says select drops plural. So I'm guessing that if you do qualify, you'll get a series of them. Or two.
Hopefully.
Oh well. So, moving on. Hey, look, here's Ikoria. Wait, no, Cluze, how were you going to pronounce it just so we're absolutely wrong?
Oh God, I can't even remember. I went through 3 or 4 different permutations. Ikaria?
Ikaria. Yeah, there we
I
go.
think
We're
Ikaria.
gonna call it that because, well, Cluze is gonna call it that because that way we know we're saying it wrong.
Yeah,
I
we're
was thinking with
definitely wrong.
Ikaruga.
That was it.
Oh,
Yeah, Ikaruga.
arugula. That's right. I was going to go with arugula.
Isn't that a
Yeah,
It's a food.
it's a leafy green.
okay? Well, what's the cheese that sounds like that? Isn't there a cheese that sounds like that?
It sounds like arugula. Not that I can think. I'm sure there is.
Okay. But yeah, so the Ikoria draft booster boxes have box toppers.
But, yep. That's what we know.
Yep.
We don't
They're
know.
probably going to be fancy.
Yep.
Yeah.
And it
Good
says, in
talk.
fact, here, right here, it says, and I quote, "Just know that this box topper is unlike anything Magic has ever done."
Where is that? So I can
That
highlight
is
it.
in the second paragraph at the top, just second one down.
Ah,
Start
here we
the
go.
article.
Yeah.
There it is.
Unlike anything Magic has ever done.
Unlike
So it's not just
anything.
gonna be pretty.
I'm gonna say it's not even cards. that would
Maybe
be
it'll
like
be
something-
gum like you used to get in baseball cards.
Oh, you remember the Innistrad M&Ms?
I still have them.
It's just those.
I still have them, Clues. I could get them right now.
Oh my god, because Innistrad starts with an I, Ikoria starts with an I. They didn't even
Oh,
have
man,
to make
Half-Life
new
3
ones.
confirmed.
That was the joke I was about to make. Thank you.
Yeah.
Okay, when does Arugula like launch?
Hell, I don't know.
Ikoria, April 24th.
Okay, yeah.
I'm gonna say the box topper is a Cadbury's cream egg.
That sounds like it.
They've never done it before. They've never done it before.
I want that to be the hell vault that we crack open to let Elspeth out. Like, no, we have Elspeth back now. Man, I can't make that joke anymore.
No, you can't.
Who else is missing?
Venser?
Let's just. Just his head. You just crack open a helmet and Vincer pops out. But it's just his head. You just pull it an Urza on all of us. Oh man.
Oh my god.
You could crack open a Karn and get his heart out. I guess that would work.
And
Uh,
Karn's heart is actually just a Cadbury's cream egg.
I
Has
mean,
been this
yeah,
whole time. He just didn't know. No one told
that
him.
explains why no one noticed the oil.
That's right.
That was a lot of meta.
Okay, I'm sorry. What were we talking
Yeah,
about?
we
Oh
have no
yeah, the
idea what
box
this
topper.
is. Mystery Future. Enjoy.
So the key thing to know about the box topper, at least based on my reading of this information, it's something that's actually in the booster box. So it's
Yeah.
not I have to pre-order this booster box and my game store gets in a thing that they hand to me with the booster box. No, 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 no.
No.
It's inside of the booster box.
Yes.
So you are way better off from that standpoint getting yourself a sealed box than buying 36 packs. So
Correct.
go and buy some sealed boxes when you can.
Also, that is always true,
Yeah, it pretty much is.
but in this case, it's extra true.
Yeah. So there you go.
And if you do buy a booster box and it's not wrapped, don't buy that booster box. Because
don't do
there's
that.
a tamper-proof sealed wrapping on the outside of booster boxes.
That
if
is
you've
the
never
correct
seen
way to do it.
And yeah,
Don't buy booster packs online.
yeah, don't buy booster packs online. And apparently, don't buy premium blister packs at Target.
If you
But
can even.
I think that was last week.
Yeah, we've covered that in the past.
Okay, just making sure.
Gotcha.
So there you go. That's what we know. Is these box toppers are something different, and they're in draft booster boxes. Yay! Okay, so let's do some Magic Online stuff.
It's been a while. Hey, look, it's Magic Online news. And it's not just a bug blog, but it
Look
is
at that.
related to the bug blog.
What?
Yeah. So, for people that haven't been listening for a while or just forgot, the bug blog was a thing where they would update us on what's busted based on people reporting things. And then it would be funny for me because the things that Magic Online does are often funny. My favorites being things like your stolen creature attacks you anyway, and the various ways that they don't explain how a card is crashing the game, but we assume it's funny. But what they've announced last Tuesday in the weekly update is that they're changing the way that they're collecting bug reports, essentially. Rather than using like report a bug on the support page stuff the old way, where it goes through and someone looks at all of them and they have to, process, add them to the queue and fix them eventually, theoretically. Now they're going to do something that they're calling user voice. And if you've been on a number of websites for support recently, you might have noticed that a lot of the time you post your problem and then other people that have that problem click a me too, or I've also had this problem or something similar or whatever. And then the people working on these things kind of sort by who's getting the most instances of problem to address that. It's sort of a crowdsourcing way to prioritize things based on what's affecting the most people. They're doing something like that. It is a more efficient way to handle things, provided other people do the basic diligence of seeing if their question has already been asked, which admittedly is asking a lot. But it will probably be a lot more efficient from the wizard support end to do it that way and then just dig through and see what's going on. That all said, please note that, if you need reimbursement for something, you're still sending that to mtgo-support.wizards.com because that's still personal to you. That's not system bug. There's something wrong with my account that needs to be fixed. You still go through that channel. That hasn't changed. But if it's instead a case of, I tried to use pack rats and a rat jumped out of my CD-ROM. I don't even own a CD-ROM. How did this happen? Well, post it there and see if other people have your problem. And if enough people are having that problem, because as noted, pack rats forever, then maybe they'll patch it out. It's really about it. It's new. Since they're rolling it out right now, there's not a lot of issues listed. They haven't pre-populated it with old issues. But if you use Magic Online, be familiar with this because it's how you point out that things are wrong.
So apparently we're looking now at a feedback page.
Yeah, so if you actually follow the link from the announcement, and then actually click through to MTGO support.wizards.com and then click on submitting a bug, this is where it takes you. And
Oh, okay.
to be clear, before I start in, I'm probably going to make some snarky jokes. Let me just get this out of the way first. I think overall this is actually a pretty good idea. I think it's a nice way to. I think they worded it in the announcement that they're essentially crowdsourcing the idea of figuring out what's important and what's not, and I overall like that. I think it's a good idea.
Yeah.
That being said, I also look forward to, because I know how these upvote and report systems like crowdsource systems tend to work. I, for one, really look forward to the #1 upvoted Bodie McBoatface bug that's going to get fixed.
You mean people complaining about the shuffler?
Yeah, but I mean, they're going to give it a dumb name, and that one's going to get
yeah.
all of the upvotes. Is what I'm trying to say there. Also, note that when you come here, it clearly tells you if you're trying to get a reimbursement, no, go click here instead. So that's right at the top. I like that a lot. Then they give this instruction that before you create a new one, just search for what you were looking for in the issue title, which is nice. And they also note that given how they've set this up, partial words do not match. So they give the example of, let's say there's a problem with Shivan Dragon. Typing in Shiv won't get you what you want. You need to type in Shivan. So there you go.
Enraged, of course. Yeah, that's. I really, really have to emphasize that it's good process on any site like this to search and see if your question's already there. Like 5 entries of the same question worded differently will not weigh anywhere near one entry with 4 people saying me too. So please do that. Follow the proper procedure on any website where this is going on. It will get your thing addressed sooner, or at least increase the odds of it happening.
Oh, hey, look at this. Here's one that has 5 votes that says, this is what's going on. And right below it is a response from WotC. It says, rolled out a fix for the following. And it rolls out, it mentions several of the cards listed above, but not all of them.
Yeah.
That's pretty cool. So they can respond and say, hey, look, we're fixing things.
Notice how the one that they're responding to included the problem, the steps to reproduce the problem, the result they're getting, the result they're expecting, and a list of the cards.
Yeah, that's pretty good.
That is how you get results. Like, that right there is how you get results. You document it properly. I know it feels like weird grown-up homework, but if you're going over a list of 100 of these things, and one of them is something that you can immediately replicate, that's the one they're going to fix first.
They're also responding. Here's another response with known bugs. Like, hey, this is a known issue, and here's what you can do.
Mm-hmm.
Cool.
Yeah, so this is a more modern take on essentially how people handle this stuff now. So good for them.
Yeah.
Hopefully that will allow them to better allocate their resources.
Hopefully, yeah. All right. Yay, Magic Online getting some behind-the-scenes changes going on to make it better.
It's something that isn't just a random other event, because you might have noticed I stopped reporting on Magic Online a while ago because the vast majority of the news updates were new set rolled out, doing random flashback draft, and occasionally bug blog stuff, which they don't even do every 2 weeks anymore. So.
Oh, really?
Yeah, they don't do those as regularly as they used to. And now this is going to kind of replace that anyway. So my recommendation, if you're following Magic Online, is that they do their updates on Tuesdays. They're always in the same page. You can find it on the Wizards website if you go to Products, Digital, Magic Online. And just keep an eye on that if you want to know what events are coming up, because by the time our show comes up, all of the things they've announced have already happened. Like, it's almost always, and this is what's happening this weekend.
Yeah, so. Like here's one for Downtime on February 26th, because this went up on February 25th, and it is now March 2nd, and it's a leap year. So there's an extra day, and they're keeping us from telling you about it.
Yeah. So just keep an eye on that, and I'll continue to look at it every week, and when things like this pop up, I'll tell you. But the majority of the time, it's going to be, hey, look, cool flashback draft, or neat limited format, or we fixed this major problem.
Yeah. The Cons Expanded Cube and Showcase Challenge Weekend and Downtime and whatever.
Yeah, if you like unique events, or at least different events, it's full of those. Magic Online is amazing for those. They do them all the time.
Yeah, but that's not news that we're going to talk about.
Yeah, we're just not going to go over that.
Especially since by the time we get to it, because this comes out on Tuesdays, it's already happened. So, yeah.
Yeah.
All right, so let's move on to the Lone Tournament this weekend.
So lone. Like, you won't even believe how lone.
Yeah, this is the coverage page. And for those of you not watching the video version, let me explain it to you. So the MagicFest logo? If not, you could find it. The MagicFest logo. Here we get the top half of the MagicFest logo, followed by white space. And then there's a bracket, the top 8 bracket. And then here we have the pairings, results, and standings links over on the side with a large chunk of white space underneath them. There was literally no coverage of any sort for this. And it turns out it was a limited MagicFest GP, so Channel Fireball Events literally doesn't care.
Yeah.
I also have a message on mine. I don't know if you had this and already dismissed it, but I have a message that clearly tells me this website uses cookies to ensure you get the best user experience on our website.
It does.
I'm actually surprised that I don't have that.
I don't like these cookies.
They're not the kind you click on. You're right.
Yeah, these are not the right kind of cookies.
Yeah, and they're not the kind you eat either, which is even worse.
Nah, man, they're tracking you.
So, since this was apparently a limited GP, and it doesn't even say that here. Like, there's literally no information here other than the top 8. It looks like Nathaniel Knox defeated Bradley Yu in the finals.
Yep.
Congratulations to Nathaniel Knox.
Yeah.
Way too limited.
The rest of the top 8, just because, let's see here. 3rd place, it looks like we have Jimmy Gorham. And in 4th place, is that Young I Sun?
Yeah.
Okay. And then the rest of the top 8, the bottom 4 of the top 8, in no order, Eric Severson, Andrew Goodwin, Patrick, Silby, and Justin Porches. Yay!
Congrats to all of them for making the top 8.
Yay! Yeah, how many people were in Reno, by the way? Well, at least playing in the main event.
People playing the main event of Reno. I'm pulling it up now because I don't trust my numbers from before. 678.
Yep.
There you go. Apparently, Reno was a hell of an event as far as socializing and whatnot. But as far as tournament coverage, it was non-existent.
No.
So there you go.
Even the hashtag was largely neglected outside of players posting, their own photos.
Yeah.
So.
And you can find the top 8 for the modern PTQ. You can find those deck lists if you want.
Yeah.
Not here. There's not even like the Twitter thing. There's just nothing.
Yeah.
They couldn't even get the logo to finish loading, for God's sake.
Oh, it's there. It's just buried under a layer.
It's terrible.
It's not great. I looked at it in mobile view to see if it was better, and it's actually the MagicFest logo on top of half of a MagicFest logo.
Awesome.
So you get 1.5, why not?
Lord.
I also like how it still says alpha in the coverage logo, so where we're at on that one.
Yeah. So there you go. That's that's the week. That's everything.
That's Magic.
And that's the way it was.
That's babies.
That's what it told me.
So, shall we wrap it up then, gentlemen?
Yeah, let's do that. You can find me on Twitter at Squee Goblin and Bob. There's no I in Goblin because apparently it was in the MagicFest Reno coverage and has never been seen. Beyond that, I'm going to note that tomorrow I'm finally going to see Birds of Prey before it goes out of theaters this week.
Oh,
So
man.
ouch. I think it goes out this week. I didn't see it listed this weekend because I looked it up for later, and I'm like, well, guess I'm going to go see it on a Tuesday in an empty movie theater with reserved seats. So my friend and I are going to go, and we might talk the whole time because that's fun. If you know you're the only people there, it's fun.
Oh man, I went to. Remember when Jurassic Park was re-released several years ago?
Yeah.
Yeah, a hot girl at work and I went to see it, and we were literally the only people in the theater. That was amazing. We went on like
we're gonna do that
like a Wednesday night
both
or
of
something.
Us legitimately want to see the movie, and if we're seeing it with no one else in the room, that's ideal. Because the last person I want to be in a room when I'm watching a comic book movie is the comic book guy from The Simpsons in the back complaining every time it's different from the comic book. So if I have 100% control of just myself and my friend being there for a movie, that's going to be great. So I'm looking forward to that. That'll be awesome. Because that's what I'm doing tomorrow. Should be neat.
Awesome. So does that mean no Overwatch tomorrow night?
Yeah, not doing that tomorrow night. We finished the event, dude. We're good. We got our Mardi Gras Bob, and I guess Ash too.
We could just play Overwatch, to be playing Overwatch though.
We don't do that, but we could. That's true. I'll tell you what. If after watching the movie I still want to Overwatch, we totally can because I'm going to like a 6:30 showing.
So, oh, okay.
Yeah, like it's not like I'm going late night.
Gotcha.
But yeah, other than that, my only real plans for tomorrow are to like vote because I'm in a Super Tuesday state. So I'm doing that, and yeah, I think that's really all I've got on my mind right now. So I'm gonna give it over to Cluze.
Hey, I've got even less going on. You want to reach me? Twitter's your best bet. Strange as that phrase ever seems. You can find me there. I'm at Cluze, spelled just like it is in the show notes. We have show notes, by the way. Do check those out. They've got links to a lot of interesting things. I think including a link to the Patreon, which I'm going to let Chewie tell you all about because there are some great perks to becoming a patron. So take it away, Chewie.
Hi, I'm Chewie. But I'm not going to tell you about that just yet. First, I have to plug all the content. So, what's going on right now? Here on twitch.tv/themanapool, we do Monday Night Magic on Monday nights, and we do the Manapool on Thursday nights. And then other nights of the week, I think I'm going to move my night off from Sunday to Friday so I can attempt to have a social life occasionally. So nights that aren't Tuesday and Friday, I will be playing other games. Yay, other games. Like lately, I played Dota Underlords, which fully released finally, and Halo Wars. I'm still working my way through the Halo Wars campaign on the... What's that difficulty settings? The one right below Legendary. Heroic difficulty. I streamed for something like 3 hours and got through, I think, 3 missions because I kept failing them. I failed the first 2 right at the end and had to do it again, so it was more than 3 hours. So yeah, those will also be going... A lot of the stuff also goes up on youtube.com/themanapool, where there is at least one YouTube video that goes up every day. Every day. Yeah. So, that's that. Yeah, so if you want to help support what I do, because Manapool Productions on the whole is a Patreon-supported endeavor that Manapool Productions covers, the Twitch streams and the YouTube videos and the podcasts, just all of that. All the stuff that I do, I am Manapool Productions. Hello. That's my full name. You thought it was Chewie. But yes, you can go to patreon.com/themanapool to become a lifeguard, because that's what I call you. Manapool? Lifeguard? You keep me afloat? Huh? You alright, Bill?
I was.
So yes, you can sign up to become a lifeguard. You get a variety of perks. You can get Mana Pool episodes and YouTube videos early. You can get access to the odds and ends, which is all the behind-the-scenes nonsense recorded before and after both Monday Night Magic and the Mana Pool. By the way, I'm all caught up on last year's odds and ends. I put up the last one from last year, whatever day that was. Was it Sunday? Might have been Sunday. So now I'm only I'm only 2 months behind. But I've already done all of the steps to all of the odds and ends except for final assembly and listening through them. So that was something like 6 hours of work that I did. That was what I did on Sunday, which was yesterday. Yeah. So, because it doesn't take very many steps to get the audio file ready to be listened through, but each step takes several minutes. And when you've got 12 to go through, that stacks up fast. So if it like the first step for each one took between like 6 and 9 minutes for each one, and there were 12. So that was almost 2 hours just to take the video, because I record everything in OBS, and convert it to audio. Yeah, that was about an hour and a half, a little over an hour and a half. Yeah. So that's why I'm consistently behind on those. But I'm going to get them all up, and then we'll be caught up. Hopefully, by the end of, like, next month, I'll be back 1-to-1, where every week I can just do the one that just happened, or the two that just happened that week, and we'll be good. But that's been my goal for several months now. But when you're a one-man show, some things end up falling behind. I apologize. But anyway, so hopefully you'll be able to hear Cluze swearing in the pre-show for this very soon, is my point. Right, Cluze?
Right.
Yeah. But that was just the odds and ends tier. You can also get the sponsorship shout out on both podcasts and on the end screen for all the YouTube videos each month. So I would like to thank our mythic lifeguards. Here we go. Jason Doan, Kim Ho, Andrew Hunt, Al, Lance Delicious, Timu Ellis Haru, Connor Kennedy, John Morris, Alex Gonzalez, Scuzzo, Jeff Spencer, Stuart Slaw, PJ McMullins, Sophia Brittain, Casey, Danny Liao, Cody Buckowing, Jake Jansons, Jason Kaus, John Parker. Hang on, I scrolled too far. Aleph Cat, Beardy Man, Bartle, Backwards Logic, ALK Alters, and the Beast Father, Aaron Goodwine. Yay. So thank you all so very much for your support, and in fact, every lifeguard at every tier, because I quite literally could not do it without you. Nope, not at all. So, this has been Monday Night Magic number 684. For real this time. Yes. Thank you all so very much for joining us, and go play some Magic. Oh, and by the way, if you play Mana Strike, join the Mana Pool team, because then we all get more free stuff. Yay. Okay. Let's do that again. Thank you all so very much for joining us, and go play some Magic.